All right, man. How y'all doing, man? Hope everything's good. Hope everybody's good. All right, so look, man. Fat Joe out here shading Kendrick. I mean, we gonna see what he say, man. We gonna see what he say. So look, before we get into that legendary spill, matter of fact, you know what? For the legendary spill, thank y'all for all the donations. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate everybody hitting the Cash App. I really do. Thank y'all. Thank you for all the comments. The positive ones, the negative ones, thank you. I appreciate y'all even taking y'all time out the day to even be here for me. It really is a humbling experience. I appreciate y'all, man, for pulling up. All my day ones. Shout out to y'all, man. I really do care. I'm new to this space as far as like how to navigate. Some people saying I should get administrators on the page and all stuff. I don't really know how to do none of that stuff. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I'm just here talking. I'm learning as I go. I'm gonna start doing more. I'm gonna start being more active. And this is a job, not gonna lie, but it's one I love because I like to talk to people. I love it, man. This is what it is. I like to hear people hear my expression. I mean, my side of this story. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So thank y'all. I just wanted to say that. Legendary Spill. This is Torch Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description, Cash App. No more PayPal. Call me the Hidden Gem. 1,300 subscribers to over 19,000. And yes, I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you are from. Also, go subscribe to Torch Talk After Hours. 25,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away a nice size cash prize on live. 5,000 subscribers on Torch Talk After Hours, I'll be giving away a cash prize. And October 26th, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a live battle rap event on this page. All you have to do is watch. That's it. So tell everybody if they like battle rap, there will be a live event on this page. You already know what it is. So let's get to it, man. Let's do it. Shout out to Showface News. Brilliant guy. He's very funny. I always liked Showface News. I think he's a funny guy. Let's get it.
Fat Joe is now in hot water with the internet once again after Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican sensation, was announced to host the Super Bowl halftime show of 2026. Fat Joe gave an interesting take that was not so liked by the internet on his podcast with Jadakiss, where he kinda is shading Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show. Oh, champ. Run up these likes. Listen, also make sure you hit that hype button because it's extremely important. More important than the like, more important than sharing or commenting. Hitting the hype button is very essential for the Maze channel. So I do need y'all to make sure y'all hitting that hype button as soon as you possibly can.
Yeah, what is that? What is the hype button? I noticed that people telling me that they hit the hype button or they want to hit the hype button. What is that? I don't know. I'm just asking. I don't know how this plays a part in YouTube's algorithm. But please hit the hype button. Oh, man.
Gotta swipe left and it's right there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Fat Joe is now in the hot water with the internet again. All right, we know that Fat Joe isn't very fond of the pro-black movement and other things and has been saying questionable things for years. Even saying that Puerto Ricans created hip-hop, which is a lie, or at least had a hand in creating it. Still a lie. Listen, Fat Joe spoke on his podcast with Jadakiss, where he's talking about the next Super Bowl, which is next year, with Bad Bunny, who is Puerto Rican. Now, alleged Puerto Rican Fat Joe, I have to say alleged Puerto Rican because multiple people have said that this guy is Cuban. So is he being a pretend Rican? I don't know.
Yo, that'd be the craziest thing if Fat Joe turns out not to be Puerto Rican, bro. The same Fat Joe who stuck up his cuz, bro. You know what I'm saying? It'll be so hilarious. It'll be so hilarious. You ain't Puerto Rican, you Cuban. You're like, oh, no, what are you talking about? I'm Latin.
But alleged Puerto Rican Fat Joe had this to say about the Super Bowl halftime show of next year and last year's Super Bowl halftime show, which starred Kendrick Lamar. Let's dive in, shall we? Let's get into
Celebrating culture. We're doing a halftime performance. Somebody gotta perform, whether they black, white, Asian, K-pop, whatever you want to name. So at the end of the day, Kendrick Lamar did it last year. Is he big enough? Is he this? The ratings was through the roof. Was he big enough? Is he dissing Drake? Is this? Now you got a guy who's Puerto. We're celebrating.
So the issue that people had was him continuously saying not once, but twice, is he big enough? Is he big enough? Is he big enough? Kendrick already did 2 Super Bowl halftime show features before he even did the regular halftime show.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, I got a whole episode that I did about the New World. I got a part 2 to that about the media side of it. And I don't know why I didn't drop it. I think it's on my other computer. I got to pull it out and drop it. But I might do it over because I just feel like doing it over. Then again, I put a lot of work into that. So no, I'm not doing it over. But still in all, this is what I'm talking about. I really feel like a lot of these rappers turn podcasters when they work with a certain artist. They can't talk too much slander about that artist, especially if they're still making money off the songs that they worked on. Everybody wants to be a podcaster now, and it's so crazy. The musicians should just stay musicians. Like, for real. Lead a podcasting to the pros. Lead the podcasting to the pros. Just like a lot of podcasters want to be rappers. Leave the rapping to the rappers. I'm saying if you're not good. If you're good, then rap. But if you're not good, if you're just rapping just because you got a little following, nah, bro. Sit your ass down. Like, for real. No, go sit down. And I mean down, like down. Sit down, like all the way down. Put your, like, slump in the chair. Like, slump back. Cause some of y'all are trash. And I'm talking on the podcasting side of y'all rappers are garbage. Y'all don't know how to even, y'all just got a camera in front of y'all and y'all just talk. Y'all don't give a great perspective. And some of y'all be out here like, well, we don't really dive into facts. All right, Doug.
He did one with Beyonce. He did one alongside Dre, Snoop, Eminem, and 50 Cent. Clearly he's big enough. The game got mad at Kendrick because he didn't get up there. Well, sorry, game, but enough people don't know you. All right? Or your music, for that matter. They don't know.
Wait, did Kendrick Lamar perform at the Super Bowl with Beyonce too? That's 3 times he was at the Super Bowl then. Because I didn't realize that. Let me check and see if that's true. I don't think that was a Super Bowl. I think that was actually a different show. I don't think that's out. Because I believe Beyonce did the Girls Who Run the World thing. I think she did that at the Super Bowl. But I don't think Kendrick Lamar performed with her at that Super Bowl. Look at this. Bro. So Kendrick Lamar performed at the Super Bowl in New Orleans twice. Oh, yo, hold up, man. Let me hold up. Hold up. So that wasn't the Super Bowl. I was tripping. I had to stop it and go look it up because I'm like, wait a minute, he ain't performed with Beyonce at the Super Bowl. So that was at the BET Awards. It wasn't the Super Bowl. It was the BET Awards. It was a big performance, but it wasn't there. Because I'm looking like, wait a minute, did he perform with Beyonce at the Super Bowl? I didn't remember that, but I don't think that's what he said. Maybe I just heard him wrong. I think he said he performed with Beyonce, which was a big performance because Beyonce is a big artist. So I think that's what he was saying.
Enough of your songs, so you just didn't fit the criteria, champ. By the way, but yeah, this shade. Am I seeing shade from Fat Joe? In a way, yes. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I understand the type of message that he doesn't like. Kendrick is someone who gives a message in his music that Fat Joe is not really resonating with. And we just gotta be honest about the situation. We have to talk about how Fat Joe has been a scumbag of the culture for years, ages. I mean, he's getting
Oh, this is great. I love it.
sued for allegedly doing things with underage girls for years, right? We seen him disrespect black women on stage for no reason whatsoever. Violated because he was losing a versus battle to Ja Rule. He disrespected Little Mo and others. We also see him going off on the, I guess you could say, what is it, the FBA thing or whatever the case may be. Yeah, he's going off on that. I'm not FBI, but that's just what Fat Joe's been doing. He's a scumbag. The culture don't like him. He couldn't host the BET Awards. He was supposed to host the BET Awards. That had to change immediately, even though the the views were still low, right? He's just a scumbag to the culture. Like, nobody likes him. No one likes him. Like, he has nasty takes. He pretty much shades black people all the time. Yeah, is he cool with some black folks? It seems that way on the surface level, but truthfully, no. And I've even heard back in the day that Fat Joe wasn't really around black folks like that are claiming any pro-black stuff, even though he lied and said that he was a 5%er, which there's no proof of that actually being true either. Seems to be a lie. I mean, he's also known as one of the biggest liars in hip-hop next to Soulja Boy and them, right? So you already have pretty bad standing to the masses of hip-hop fans. We don't really care what your peers think about you because we don't care. We know about the type of behavior you display. And the only reason I'm saying that him saying is he big enough is because I think that he personally don't like Kendrick Lamar. I mean, I just gotta be honest. Like, I
agree. I think Fat Joe don't like Kendrick either. When he said, oh, Kendrick ain't gonna respond. Plus, just his stance in general on something. Plus, he's cool with Drake. He cool with Khaled. Khaled was cool with Drake. They all cool. All them goofy dudes are cool. The goof troop. That's what I call them. All of them. Lil Wayne. They all cool. They all had a whole bond together, like they were creating a hip hop Justice League or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop Avengers or something. Just stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid.
I think he likes him as a person. I don't think he likes what he represents. Also, you need to understand that Fat Joe was a part of the whole East Coast dissing Tupac. There's a song called La Chacha which featured LL Cool J, Keith Murray, Fat Joe, and others. And that was a song that was dissing Tupac, right? In response to Hit 'Em Up and all that. Like that's what that was. So most people who don't like Tupac don't like Kendrick Lamar like Funk Flex. Funk Master Flex from Hot 97 does not like Kendrick Lamar for any reason. And salute to Thought Crimes. I forgot the dude's name who's on Thought Crimes. So it's a man and a woman. But he said that, look, I think that a lot of the people who's from the so-called East Coast, we don't have an East Coast, by the way. I'm from New York. We don't have an East Coast. It's New York. But he's just saying that a lot of OG New Yorkers don't like Kendrick because he reminds them of Tupac. But remember, man, a lot of old school New Yorkers don't like the West Coast for any reason. It's just how it was. Like back in the day, if you was doing hip hop and you wasn't from a certain place like New York, then people really wouldn't respect you. You feel me? Like they'd be like, "Oh, you trying to mimic us? You trying to copy us?" And this is again early on. Like I want to say, mid '80s. When hip hop is kind of still being built, so to speak. It's not fully industry. It's getting industry. It's on the verge of being industry. And when they see other people do hip hop, they're like, "Oh, y'all corny. Y'all trying to be like us. Y'all trying to mimic us." So that's how they seen people from other states trying to do hip hop. You dig? Originally, if you wasn't from the Bronx and you was doing hip hop, there was a problem. That's why there was a Queens and Bronx beef for so long. And still to this day, there is a Queens and Bronx beef, but that's a whole nother topic to discuss. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you don't like anything that's seemingly for, black people, being originators of anything. You just...
I don't know if I would go as far as saying that. I mean, I don't know about that. I do know that those dudes, most East Coast dudes will never put Kendrick Lamar over Biggie. That just won't happen. They won't do it. I don't care if Kendrick has 30 more classics, they will always say Biggie's better. That's just in their DNA. That's just what it is. I've seen people out here saying that Big L was better than Kendrick, which is insane to me. But there's people saying that. Like, oh, nah, Big L's better than Kendrick, bro. I'm like, all right, Doug. I'll see you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what it is. So you got to understand that there's people who always going to have this thing now. With Fat Joe, I think he's one of those people. I think Fat Joe is one of those people that will put anybody before. He would never say that Kendrick is better than Big Pun. I'm going to tell you right now. He won't. He'll put Big Pun over him. He'll put Biggie over him. A lot of these dudes will do that. And not to disrespect these dudes, but like Kendrick Lamar to me is better than all of them. But they won't never say that. And I think he especially him, given that he's friends with Drake, given that he's friends with all these people, nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't believe it.
Can't take the fact that someone is putting power towards any black stuff. Fat Joe himself ain't never been a part of no black empowerment of any kind, or has he ever sided with black empowerment of any kind. This is the same guy who didn't have a problem with any police brutality whatsoever. He didn't have a problem with it. He didn't have a problem with police brutality. He said it doesn't affect him. He stayed out of the mix. Anytime it involved any type of black anything where it was in favor of black folks, Fat Joe didn't put himself or involve himself in it. He said, yeah, not black. I'm Puerto Rican, or claiming to be Puerto Rican. This guy's supposed to be Cuban. Heard he ain't even really officially Puerto Rican.
I'm Cuban Rican. Rican Cuba.
And a lot of people say that too. I know people in the Bronx. I know people who've ran into Fat Joe, seen Fat Joe around, etc. I know people. And this is what has been said for some time now. You dig what I'm saying? I also find it strange that whole case where he's getting sued for, doing things with minors just automatically disappeared. But then again, who's also dealt with minors and got dissed by Kendrick? I want you to put two and two together. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay? As for, other New Yorkers who support Drake, like Mason Cameron, hey, those guys don't have the worst background. They don't have the worst background, but they, again, I don't think that they hate the West either, because they've done music with the West Coast. But I think it's just the fact that Kendrick is representing something that most of the older New Yorkers don't want to represent.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, man. I always felt some type of way about Fat Joe. I'll be honest with you, I never really liked Fat Joe anyway. I always thought that he was, I'm not going to say a piece of shit. I ain't going to say that, but I just never really liked his, I don't know. I just thought that he wasn't good. He wasn't as good as he thought he was, in my opinion. He was just I never threw him on like, yo, throw that Fat Joe on. Like, I know people say Jealous Ones NBA is a classic album. I don't know about all that. I don't know if Fat Joe got any classics. I just think that he had such a, the Terror Squad thing was a big deal. I'm not gonna lie. It was a big deal because Fat Joe, just to be honest with y'all, Fat Joe was the original Suge Knight in New York, bro. Not even gonna lie. He was the original Suge Knight. People were petrified of that dude. I mean, like, they were so scared of him, bro, that people wouldn't say nothing about him on anything. They were so afraid. They were so afraid of the Terror Squad. They were afraid, bro. I'm talking like people were really scared of Fat Joe. When 50 Cent came and did that, they thought that 50 Cent lost his mind. They said, this guy, he's ready to die. He's ready to get out of here. This is what they thought. People was like, oh, nah, man. I feel bad for Fit. He getting Fat Joe, bro. Fat Joe. Nah, bro. Not Fat Joe. He dissed Fat Joe. Oh, man. Damn. Yo, rest in peace, bro. Like, yo, people were really scared of Fat Joe. He was the original Suge Knight of the East Coast, or of New York. I'm not gonna say East Coast, but of New York. And 50 Cent showed he wasn't scared. And that right there, to me, it busts the narrative of a lot of people. When 50 Cent did a song called How to Rob, and he went off on everybody, it showed me that, because I wasn't no punk when I was younger, but you hear things and you be cautious. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, you be cautious. But once I realized that these dudes are just normal, regular people like you and me, and when 50 Cent did that, it kind of like changed everything in my head. Because I started seeing a lot of people not really as thorough as they say they was. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, these dudes, they not who they really are. Like, this is crazy. And I started to see the realness in some of these dudes, for real. Some of them real, don't get me wrong, but good portion of these dudes, man, they rely on shock value, and they rely on their team around them, their squad around them to actually do that bidding. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go to Showface News and subscribe, man. He does good content, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace. I'm out of here.